You know, that's why I say this is very humbling, because I didn't work that hard. I didn't have to. To do what I had to do was something, write a story or go out with with a volunteer. My very first trip had nothing to do with sick children. Sterling Dickinson, a marvelous man, and I had just agreed to join. He said, listen, I'm going out on a project, would you like to come? And I figured, what has he got to do with sick children? But that's not what he was about. He had boxes of coloring books and crayons for a little kindergarten school, a class, and I got a pretty good sense then of what we were up against. These children, most of them barefoot, bare floors, the walls were bamboo posts and a tin roof. And he was just so wonderful with those children. It was an inspiration, it really was. I was still going, why is that gringo crying? I do now. Either because I saw the success of something we were doing, or saw the sadness of what had to be done. And then the next thing I know, Marty Simon, who was a good friend, was elected president of Patronato for Niños, and asked me if I would join them to do promotion and publicity. I said, certainly. And that was about, hasn't been that long ago, maybe 12 years ago. And also at one point, I don't know whether somebody asked me or it was my idea to do a newsletter. Well, I spent 63 years in the media, not 10 seconds in print. All of it was sound, radio and television. And I didn't know the first thing about working a computer. I went out and for $50 I bought a 50-year-old typewriter, a ream of paper, a ruler, and a lot of Scotch tape. And I put together, and I remember one of the members helped me find a printer, and we did the first one. I did. And I learned a little about print. And I should mention my nephew. About the third year, I was going back to Philadelphia. The stories were all written. And I went to him. He had a small advertising agency named John Crane. And I said, John, help me with layout. Just layout. The rest of it is okay. I just have no sense of layout. He took it, did the layout, sent it to a printer, bought envelopes, folded and stuffed, and then asked us for addresses of the people in the United States so he could buy stamps and mail them. And he did that for us for 4 or 5 years. It was a wonderful gift for Niños, really. But I just had such a kick with this $50 typewriter and just cutting and pasting and gluing, and it was great fun. And I learned something about it. I was born and raised in New York, but I lived in Philadelphia for 57 years. Came here for 5 days and fell in love with it. We didn't know why, and we came back 3 months later to try to find out why. There was something in the atmosphere, the people we started to meet. It was just an experience, and I knew immediately this is where I wanted to retire. The first visit was in 1986. By then I was 66 years old, and I knew that I was going to retire here. Went immediately and studied some Spanish at Villanova University. I did 4 semesters, most of which I've forgotten. And I had to sneak up on it because I was still working. It is the most, I gotta think of a word, the most rewarding. And you shouldn't need reward. You should just feel that you're doing something that's so worthwhile. And we all feel that we're giving back to San Miguel. Because San Miguel has welcomed us, made us happy, And again, great rewarding. It was not there in the beginning, obviously. I think they started in the 70s, and they maybe treated 35 children. We're now treating close to 10,000 children. That's, that's miraculous. That's just wonderful.